Hello, I hope you're having a good day and welcome to the video. Today I want to talk to you guys about how software development agencies can get 2 to 3 new clients in the next 60 days by leveraging our AI outbound prospecting framework. In this video I want to show you how invaluable an AI outbound prospecting framework can be and how you can have one built for yourself in 4 weeks or less. So this video is for you if you run a software development agency and you want to add an automated system that allows you to generate 5 to 20 qualified sales calls every single month. Also, this video is for you if you want and you have the capacity to sign 2 to 3 new clients in the next 60 days. And currently, your majority of your sales opportunities are coming from clients, from referrals, for paid ads, and through word of mouth. But this video isn't for everybody, right? This video is not for you if you don't run a software development agency that work in the B2B space with other companies. You don't have the capacity to sign new clients in the next 60 days, and maybe you don't believe that cold emails work, and you think that cold emails are spamming or illegal. If one of these are true, or all of these are true, this video is not for you. In case you haven't met yet, my name is Sean Barnes. I am the founder and owner of Tartan Path. We help software development agencies generate highly qualified sales calls and highly qualified leads and turn them into long-term paying clients. Tartan Path is a lead generation agency, and I thought I would put a profile picture of me with hair back in the day when I actually did have hair. But here's a link to my LinkedIn profile. I'm sure you can check it out there if you want to find out any more information. Back on to today's video. I want you to take away 3 main things from today's video. I want you to understand the exact steps that's needed to build an AI prospecting framework for your business. And that will allow you to generate around 5 to 20 sales calls in the next 30 days and sign 2 to 3 projects within the next 60 days. This video will give you the exact steps needed to build this AI outbound prospecting framework. So what is the AI outbound prospecting framework, and what steps do you have to follow in order to build this? Well, let me take you through some of the steps that's involved in building this. The very first step is leads, finding the right leads. So it's about knowing who your target audience are, right? Who are you looking to target? What is your ideal client profile? What do they look like? Are they in marketing? Are they in SaaS? Are they in recruitment? And are they in the B2B space? You got to understand, and I'm sure you already do, your exact ideal client profile, because this is super important for the next step as well. We want to know where your ideal client hangs out. Where are they on social media? Are they looking at their emails, etc.? One of the big things in the beginning, when we know who you're looking for and where they're hanging out, we need to scrape the lead sources to get the potential clients for you to reach out to using this AI outbound prospecting framework. And once you get those leads, there's another important step at the end of that, which is cleaning the leads and verifying the leads to make sure that they're not going to bounce. One of the biggest things with email outreach is that people think that they can just get an email account and then just blast out emails. It's not really how it works. the algorithms with the biggest companies like Microsoft and Google will very quickly block those accounts. So it's important that we understand before we start sending any emails that these leads are legit and they're active. And the next step is setting everything up, right? So number one, buying the domains. Your company, at tartanpath.com is this one, but your company, will need to buy different domains to make sure that you have enough email accounts and domains in order to send out cold emails every day to your potential clients. That's one part. So that takes time to buy those domains, set those domains up. One of the bigger things, and I previously mentioned it in the last slide, was the deliverability setup. The deliverability setup is crucial. So there is a big part there where you have to make sure that you've understood the DMARC and the DKIM is turned on. You've set it up in a way that they are ready to send and receive emails at scale. And the deliverability setup will go hand in hand with your email warning. Your email warning is a 14-day period where you warn your emails up. So what does warning up mean? It means having a bit of activity on the accounts themselves. So you could have 45, 50 different email accounts, and you need to make sure they're all warned up and make sure that you've sent emails, received emails back and forth, and that they're not landing in the spam folder. We want to make sure that they're going straight into the inbox. So the email warning is a 14-day time frame that is required for any email account set up to make sure that the reputation of those email accounts is accurate, and it's also got a reputation in general, and the reputation of not being spam and not going into the spam folder itself. And lastly, within the setup is the outreach copy. Now, going back to the previous slide when we were talking about the target audience. The target audience is your ideal client profile, and who you're reaching out to, what you're going to do for them, what are their pain points, and what is the timeline for you to essentially get them the results they're not able to get on their own, or they don't have time, or they don't want to do it on their own. So the outreach copy is critical as setting up the emails the best way possible, and that they're landing in the right place. But when they're landing in the right place, we want to make sure that we've got the right email copy so that person picking up your email will be able to understand very quickly who is messaging them, what they're going to do for them, and if they're interested, what do they need to do. So very short to the point. But we would work you would work out your outreach copy to make sure that you're getting your attention of the people who you're emailing. So once everything's set up, assuming we've got our deliverability set up, the email accounts are being warmed up for the 14 days, then what happens is we go into our campaign mode, which is essentially sending emails. Now, a little nugget here is most email accounts will only be able to send maximum 30 emails a day. So, do the math. If you want to send 1,000 emails a day, you're going to need 45, 50 email accounts, right? So when you're sending cold emails, you're going to send send the initial cold email on the far left here, and then after a certain period of time, which is different depending on the industry. If it's marketing, it's maybe a bit more frequent than, for example, a software company. So you'll send the initial cold email. If you don't get a response, they'll send a follow-up 1, 2, 3, and 4. And essentially, the initial email is going to detail what your authoring. The follow-up email is much the same, however, it's just asking if they're the right person to reach out to. And then follow-up 2 would be more just reiterating if this is something they're interested in, and so forth. So the breakout email at the end is, and again, there's 3 follow-ups here, but not necessarily that's appropriate for every single business type, right? Like, so it's not always someone in the software development space is different from marketing, it's different from recruitment. Sometimes it's just we have the data essentially, which will essentially give us how many if someone's replying to us, when are they replying to us? Are they replying on the first email? Are they replying on the second email? Is it the third? Is it the fourth? Is it the breakup email when we say, hey, we're not going to call you or text you or contact you anymore? We can definitely get that data, and that's what's important when you're looking at industries, and it's very specific. But assuming someone replies to you, and you send the first cold email out, no one responds, maybe follow up 1, follow up 2, then you get a response from the person. Obviously, if there's a rude response where they don't want to be contacted, that's fine. But it could also be the fact that they are interested, right? And they want more information. So, of course, we wouldn't send them the next follow-up email and etc. through that sequence. We would manage that inbox and manage that customer's objections and answering questions and qualifying leads, which, as you'll notice, is kind of the second pillar in all of this. The inbox management is a big part of this, is managing people's expectations, answering questions, and qualifying people to make sure that's the right company that you want to work with. Like, if they're not ready to take on new clients, then maybe you don't want to work with them because your goal is to get them more sales calls and more clients. So it's making sure that they're a fit. Essentially, from the qualifying leads that are interested, then you would book a call with them. And you would get on the call and you would ask them more about their business and more about what it is that they need and how you can help them get to that with this AI outbound prospecting framework, which I've just gone over. And then from the book calls, you've got your potentially your sale. But there is a few rules that I do like to typically follow, and that is the setup with the deliverability is so crucial, and I've seen it so many times where people have their email accounts set up, but then there's certain things that are not done properly, and then the emails start landing in spam, and then their reputation tanks, and therefore their email account is essentially needs to be created again as a new email account and then build the reputation up. So landing in the inbox, volume negates luck. Pretty simple. The more emails you send, the more likely you are to get a response. And it's finding the people who are in the right place at the right time who want something like this to get new clients, right? And personalization is king. So making sure you use names, company names, anything like that that makes that person know that you know who they are and you know who you're reaching out to about this. And then some benchmarks through some personal experience. Open rates around 70%, 80% of the emails are opened, and replies are typically around the 10 to 20% mark from there. In a nutshell, from the initial finding leads to the setup to the email sequence, this is really, if you implement everything that you saw here, then you will be able to get started. And you could also add a title, which I didn't. Just noticed that. But yeah, you could literally use the steps that I've just explained, create your own outbound email lists, and start doing that. However, building this process up front takes, in my experience, around 20 to 30 hours. And once it's been built out, you're going to have to test different copy, different scenarios, and different inboxes, because like we mentioned before, 30 emails per account, you want to reach out to 1,000 a day. That's potentially 45 different email accounts at the same time. And it can take really between 3, 6, 9, honestly, I've seen people take a year to really get into the groove with different strategies that actually work. So what does things look like afterwards for our clients? When clients actually get set up on the system and get going with finding that 2 to 3 clients for software development companies and to help them grow their business, they are saying that they have multiple acquisition channels and running and generating 1 to 10 warm prospects per week. They're not wasting any time testing channels. We set up that entire process that's been proven to work. And when I say the entire process, I mean from finding the leads, drilling down the ideal client profile, to setting everything up, and to manage the inbox through all the emails. And essentially, the clients, all they have to do is jump on the sales call at the end with a nice warm prospect who knows who they are, knows what they do, and knows what they can offer them to help their business. And the call is then aimed at figuring out the client's needs and how we can tailor it to make their life a lot easier, get them more clients, get them more money. Now, these clients as well will no longer need to really try different things or spin their wheels. They have a system that would really make it unreasonable for them for not to generate daily interest for what they have to offer. And really, as a company, Tartan Path, we offer and optimize these systems for you. So I wanted to detail a couple of numbers because I feel like it gives you a perspective. 1,250 emails equals roughly 1 call booked. 1,300 emails, 2 to 5 positive responses, but from those really only 1, 2, or a few emails, calls rather, get booked. So 20 calls booked times 1,250 is 25.5 emails sent to get to that 20 calls booked. And assuming that from the 20 calls booked, 75% show up, that means you've got 15 sales calls. And if you're closing at around 25% or so, it's around 3 to 4 clients a month. So to get to that 2 to 3 clients for software development companies, software development agencies, this is roughly what that looks like. So what do we do for our clients when, a client joins us? How do we essentially help them get going? Well, our fulfillment process looks a little bit like this. We first of all have an onboarding call where we have some process and expectations that we go over. We look at the offer and who you're targeting, your ideal client profile, so we can get an understanding of exactly what you want to do, what you're offering, so that we can start getting to work on getting these things set up and getting your offer copy ready. So we have that onboarding call, then we have a setup time. Again, the warm up for the emails around 14 days, so that gives us time to get the domains, buy the emails, set up the DNS, set up the other things that need to be set up on the account to make sure that it is ultimate, deliverability is 100%. And we'll set all of that up. We'll craft the copy, we'll source the leads, we'll clean the leads and verify them. Remember how we talked about how essential that is earlier on in the video. And then third, but absolutely not the least important here, we have a launch call where we essentially walk you through your entire system from start to finish, what we're going to be doing, who we're targeting, what the author says, proving and showing that everything's been set up correctly and that we're ready to go. And then we do 2 weeks management, weekly reporting, we have daily reports of who's responded, what type of responses we're getting, what ones are positive, what ones are negative, how many calls we have looked, etc., etc. And really looking at those data points so that we can optimize this campaign and future campaigns for our clients, so that we can make sure they're getting the most out of what they are paying for. So that is it. That is our AI outbound prospecting framework. A little bit how we go about doing it ourselves. And if this is something that you feel would be interesting to you, or something that you think would help you, you can work with us. And this would allow you to get going from day one, right? And we can set up these systems for you. We can set up everything, and we can make sure that you're ready to go as soon as the emails are warmed up, and you can start generating those sales calls and those sales leads as quickly as possible, so that you can really grow your revenue, grow your business, and ultimately we can all serve our clients to the best that we can. So there's a link below this video. You can, if you're interested, click the link and book a call with me, and we can chat it through. Thank you for your time.